Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO 44 coming at you with another video. All right, Laker fans, NBA world, we got trouble. Well, Laker fans, NBA world probably not really caring too much about this, but Christian Wood is in a little bit of legal trouble. I know he's out with the knee at this point. They said it was swelling. I don't know if this incident took place and they're using that as a excuse for him to sit while this situation gets investigated, or if they're unrelated. But basically, he even showed up to My Name Is T's house, and that's an IG model for those of us who are familiar with her, and basically tried to retrieve his son at 5 in the morning, and allegedly showed up with a shovel, demanding that My Name Is T hand over his child, who she was babysitting for his baby mom. Now the story doesn't quite make sense, because it was said that he called the cops, and the cops showed him that the child was with the baby mama. So was she babysitting the baby or not? Or the son? I don't know how old the child is. That part is not clear to me. Yeah, man. So at this point, she's gone online, hitting up Jeanie Buss, tagging her, tagging Christian Wood himself, tagging the Lakers IG account, letting them know that he did this, and that she's going to take legal action. Problem is, from what I understand, after he was shown that the child was with the baby mom, which is not clear to me, then he, I guess after the cops had left, of whom he called, he threatened to beat My Name Is T to death or something like that, or he threatened her life in some way, allegedly. All of this is alleged. I am concerned because, as a Laker fan, we're not going to fare well without a center. Obviously, we have Anthony Davis, Jackson Hayes is playing great right now, so we really like what we're getting from him. But those are the only two people we have on this team that can play the center position right now without Christian Wood. We're really counting on him, especially come playoff time. We're really going to count on him. Now, I don't know if he's going to miss time or not, but since this is a domestic situation with terroristic threats being alleged, Jeanie Buss has a real decision to make. And with this woman threatening legal action, you don't want this to blow back on the Lakers if they don't handle it a certain way. You don't want her threatening legal action against Jeanie and the Lakers for not firing him or whatever would be the concern here. Now, as far as Christian Wood's concerned, I haven't heard that the Lakers are suspending him. Nothing's, this news story just broke basically today. I heard about it about 8 hours ago, 7 hours ago. I don't know when this took place, but that's what's going on, man. If what is alleged is being true, it's frustrating to think about it, because of course I'm not a father, so I can't tell you how your emotions get caught up when you have domestic situations. But showing up at 5 in the morning at some strange lady's house, of whom I have no idea how he got that address. She said she never met him a day in her life. It seems to me that you trying to pick up your son, you don't sound like you have a plan there in that situation. In that scenario, it doesn't sound like there's much of a plan. You're going to take your kid home and then what? Wait for the cops to show up? Because that's exactly what's going to happen. And you think this lady's going to hand over your child, and you allegedly holding a shovel. Now, there's pictures. I've only seen one of them. And it looked like he was holding something in his hand. It looked like a shovel or a stick of some sort. Not a good look. I understand that there are more pictures than what it is the angle that I saw that also shows him at the house. So, maybe more footage as well. I don't know. Maybe some ring cam footage or something. I have no idea. But at this point, you just have to ask, what was the plan, bro? Christian, what was the plan, fam? Because in these type of situations, especially in the state of California, they don't take this stuff lightly. If you're trying to get custody of your child, this hurts that process a great deal, because you're showing up to somebody's house threatening to basically kill them one way or another. Whether she's telling the truth about that is being alleged. And it turns out your child is not even there. So it's like, what was your plan, bro? You know, in the state of California, you got to go through the legal action. You got to go through the proper channels. You got to show that you're the breadwinner between the two of y'all, and that you're more fit to take custody of your kid. You can't just pop up, show up. I'm taking my kid. I'm going, like. Now, I'm assuming this is in the state of California. That I don't actually know. But you just got to ask where people's head is in situations like this. If what is being alleged is true, where's your head at, Christian Wood? Don't you know you're on this Laker team? You know you're on your last leg of your career. Dallas wasn't giving you the minutes. The Lakers ain't giving you the minutes. But you are playing better this year than you did last year. You're much improved for us, and we need you on this team. Are you not thinking about your profession and your teammates and your goal to continue to be able to make the money that you make? Are you not thinking about what happens if you do take your child out of that house? Like, with a shovel in your hand? That's kidnapping, brother. Okay, you called the cops to assure that they made sure that they oversaw the situation so that you wouldn't be hit with nothing like that. Did you have the shovel in your hand at that time? Did the cops ask you why you were holding the shovel? Did you come back to the house after the cops left and you left too with the shovel? These are things that I do not understand. The story ain't necessarily coming together at all as of yet. And maybe as it was told to me, maybe there was more to learn for that person who said it. But right now, you just got to ask about decision making. You know, men got to be your emotions involved. You got your kids involved. Of course, everybody say they do anything for their kids. You know, do whatever. However, everybody has their own threshold for what they'll do and the limits they'll go to. But at the end of the day, it's called the law for a reason. And if you're trying to win these type of situations, what you cannot do is be accused of stuff Christian is being accused of. What you cannot do is just up and take your kid out the house 5 in the dang morning. And you know, the part that really doesn't make any sense is my name is T is saying that she refused to give him the child. So was the child there? Did they give him to, did your mother show up while the cops were there, take the kid, and then he threatened her? That part makes a little more sense to me. And once the cops were called, maybe the mother came home, came to pick up the child, took the child. That part makes it kind of come together more so in my head than how it was said. But yeah, that's how I'm guessing that probably went. She probably showed up while the cops were there. The cops called her, made her come get the kid. And then when that was all resolved, Christian came back to the house with the shovel, threatening to kill her because she didn't hand the kid over to him. That makes a lot more sense to me. That's probably how that went, if what is alleged is true. But yeah, man, I want children in my life. I really do. I would love to have a kid. I'm a little later in life at this point, but men were young enough to still do it. But these are the type of things that make me feel like I'm glad that I don't have that going on in my life. Custody battles and things like that, marital battles when it comes to, divorces and, having to split money down the middle and stuff like that. These are things I don't know nothing about. And I'm very, very happy that I've lived 40 years on this earth without having to deal with any of that. So I can't relate. I can't tell you what's wise and what's not. I can go by what I know, but the more I go through things in life, the more I know the experience is your best teacher. And you could look at something from the outside looking in, but until you actually go through certain things, you don't have a clue. So I'm not going to pretend to act like I do. But I do think that, at this point, if what is being alleged is true, Christian Wood didn't give himself a leg. He didn't give himself a leg to stand on. He didn't give himself a leg to stand on. And nobody's going to turn their child over to you at 5 in the morning with you being hostile if they ain't never met you. You got to know that before you even show up. And maybe that's the only way he's going to get his kid. All the more reason why you probably having trouble getting your kid. Because if this is the type of decision making you have, and this is your line of thinking, then probably, it stands to reason why a mother would not want you to have the child. And the state don't think the same way. And you got to know that ahead of time. So it's just a lot of stuff about this situation that just speaks to a certain level of immaturity or mental health It's one of both. It's some stuff that's not coming together, and Christian make himself look kind of crazy with the story here, man. And with his reputation already being in jeopardy, with people saying stuff about him before he got to the Lakers about how he's hard to get along with, hard to, they said, someone was quoted saying LeBron James, if he was able to get Christian Wood to fall in line, that would be the greatest feat he's accomplished in the NBA. Like, I mean, if you got that type of reputation and this story becomes attached to you, it's hard to get a job, man. It's hard to get a job. So I just think Christian Wood's career is in jeopardy. Like I said, I ain't heard nothing about a suspension. I don't know the Genie Bus is going to suspend him or to waive him. I don't personally think, based on how closely I follow the team, I don't know that would be in our best interest to do so. Hopefully we can just kind of get through this and maybe just not re-sign him at the end of the year, because that would probably be best for the overall team. But if I'm in control of the Lakers, I don't know that I'm allowing him to stay, y'all. Not if this story turns out to be as alleged. No, I'll probably have to fire him. I'll probably have to waive him, and that's rough. That's real tough on everybody. So that's what I want to tell everybody, man. I don't like this. I don't like this for my team. I don't like this for the player, but and then I'm just, of course, I don't know. So it's hard to make a sound statement in regards to this. But I'm always pleased when a child is safe. That's the best thing I can say. I'm always pleased when a child is safe. And that's how you say that. Because I don't know that this child was ever in danger. If he would have went home with Christian, he would have been in danger or not been in danger. If the story was alleged, I would not have turned the child over to a person in that situation either. 5 a.m, you show up in my house, I've never met you. The only time I know of you is on TV and you're a Laker, that's cool. I'm not turning over the child to you either, bro. I'm not going to do that. If I'm being entrusted with your child, that's not going to go that way. It ain't going to go that way. Especially if I'm friends with the parent and they give me the child. And then the other parent come over. I ain't never met that person. Now they talking about 5 a.m, beating down my door with a shovel, talking about give me my son. Nah, no. It's not going to happen, sir. That ain't going to happen. I'm not saying this ain't your child. I'm not saying you can't have your child. I'm just saying that in this situation, in this scenario, I am neglecting my responsibilities as that child's temporary babysitter or whatever, handing that child over to you. That's Christian Wood should not have wanted her to. In the grand scheme of things, you shouldn't want your child to be babysitted by someone who's going to turn your child over in that situation if you're a responsible parent. You understand what I'm saying? And the fact that it's you, of course, you feel you safe, you this, but in that scenario, you got to appreciate the idea of her not giving your child over to nobody in that situation. So the fact that he came back allegedly with a shovel threatening to kill her because she didn't, just further speaks to how bad he probably would be with the child. So I hope this story ain't true, man. He make himself look crazy, bro. And irresponsible. And not fit to be a dad. And all those different things that you don't want to allege when you don't know if the story's true. But if it is true, this is my conclusion. As a 39, 40-year-old man. Yeah, nah, bro. It's all bad, fam. It's all bad, Laker fam. So I just want to let everybody know, man, weigh in. We gotta first know that the story is true before we can really come to any conclusions about any stories like this. But footage of him being at the house is not good, and it's 5 a.m. That's not good, fam. And it's poor decision making, man. At the end of the day, this sounds like some real poor decision making. And you got to know also that the person house you showed up to is looking for fame and money. She wants to get a lot more famous than she is right now. And this is going to be just what she needs. Just what she needs to get a payday and more clout. I don't know if he knew who she was, but if he knew who she was, this is even more of a mistake. Do you understand what I'm saying? She's that type of celebrity to where she's almost on the brink of everybody knowing who she is, and this could be the thing that takes her right over the top. A Laker showed up to my house and threatened to kill me. Ain't nothing better than that for somebody who's looking for clout, buddy. So, yeah, man. Wow. I don't take this lightly. I'm not laughing at the situation. Is it involves a child. It's very serious. Man's life and career could be in jeopardy. It's not funny, but I'm thinking about just the aspect of what it is for her, and what type of clout she could expect to receive, and money type of payday could be possible because of this whole situation, as alleged. So, yeah, that's what it is, man. That is exactly the story as I understand it to be. Like I said, I received it in a way that didn't quite add up to me, but I think I made sense by trying to fill in the blanks there. But I don't know if Christian Wood's going to be available anytime soon to be a Laker or any other team's player either, if this story turns out to be exactly the way that it's being described. So we'll see. We'll see what Jeanie wants to do. Hopefully, hopefully we can keep the player. I mean, as a fan, I want to win, and I don't think we can win without a center. And I think Christian Wood is a big asset to what we do this year. So that's why I want him to stay, selfishly. But at the end of the day, this is a family business, and Jeanie's a lady, and you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that ain't gonna really work in Christian Wood's favor in this situation. It's just not, and we know it. So hopefully I'm wrong, and it all doesn't even come out to be true. Hopefully this is all not as it seems. So that's my little take on the situation. God bless everybody involved. BDF 44. I thank y'all for watching. Out.